just can't have a guy who's kind of, and people are going to blame you. They're like, well, it's not his fault. I understand that. But we can't drag this out forever here because, people's lives are at stake. And there's already 10 million people that have left the Ukraine. And we also can't just have a nuclear war, which I know disappoints a lot of people in the ruling class that think a nuclear war would be a great idea. The New York Times, by the way, this is a great article from the New York Times. They're now preparing you for nuclear war. The New York Times is now going out and saying, hey, this nuclear war you're all freaked out about is actually not going to be that bad. I swear to God. They're going, hey, this nuclear exchange you've been dreading is actually not the nuclear exchange of the 50s. It's actually going to be much cooler than that. And that's a little disturbing. I don't love that article that they wrote. Any article that seems to minimize the damage a nuclear war could do scares me. It's a little scary. Here we go. New York Times. The smaller bombs that could turn Ukraine into a nuclear war zone. And the whole thing here, they had a subtitle here, which was basically, and maybe they changed this, but the thing that I tweeted was essentially they were saying experts say a new generation of less destructive nuclear arms may make the prospect of a nuclear strike less unthinkable than it once was. So they're like, hey, what's the big deal? You don't want nuclear war? Is that what you're saying? I mean, I think the point is hey, we can. There can be a few nukes,
right,
that go off. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. There can be a few nukes. We don't want it to get too crazy. Concern about these smaller arms has soared as Vladimir Putin in the Ukraine war has warned of his nuclear might, has put his atomic forces on alert, and has had his military carry out risky attacks on nuclear power plants. The fear is that if Mr. Putin feels cornered in a conflict, he may choose to detonate one of the lesser nuclear arms, breaking the taboo set 76 years ago after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And somebody goes, the chances are low but rising. And they are rising steadily because I don't think fully understand the sanctions have crippled their economy, and this guy's desperate. And again, we keep running articles saying he's losing every five. I mean, it's just not. The whole media angle here is it's over for you.
Every late night shows is talking openly about assassinating him, and people are making jokes about killing him and stuff. And
it's a great idea.
Afraid.
James Corden's out there. Oh, we can just kill him. Let's kill Vladimir Putin. He's lost the war. Pussy. Nuke us, pussy. It's it's a bit much. I don't know what to think about all of this. I'm a fan of a non-nuclear arrangement here.
Same.
A non-nuclear, yeah.
I mean, doesn't the New York Times writer of this article, doesn't he know he dies too? Like all the people pushing this, isn't it just suicide? We all die.
Some of them do. Some of them have bunkers under the ground. Some of them
in D.C. and shit.
Yeah. Some people have been preparing for this. Believe it's an inevitability. Believe it. They also don't. A bunch of people die. They go, you get back on track. You get back on track after that.
I read that nuclear war would wipe out 700 million people, and any survivors.
That's a real. Hey, by the way, inflation not a big problem anymore. Nothing brings the inflation numbers down like a nuclear war. You get rid of 700 million people, that's a good idea. All of a sudden, things start to seem, because maybe 100 and some million of them are from our country. Things start to seem a lot more reasonable.
Yeah.
When you start shedding people. We got to shed people here. There's no other way around it. We got to shed people. So whether it's a nuclear war or not, people got to go.